I am ready now.
And we're live. Ooh, what's up, everybody? It's your boy at the Beef Dev,
And we're
back
live.
at it with double echo because I forgot to mute things. Alright, so we're gonna do some more programming today.
Yes, I'm teaching you programming today.
Good.
So poor for you, but the content for me. Don't worry.
Of course. Alright, so what are
Okay.
we doing today? So I opened like last week's, like two last weeks or whatever project.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago. Okay, so I don't have last week's or 2 weeks ago's project because
Mm-hmm.
I deleted everything. Well, actually, I probably have it somewhere, but I'm too lazy to go find it.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, you're just gonna basically today we're gonna try to make your little square cube thingy move. Okay.
Sweet. Okay, so I know you said move.
Uh huh.
So I have something in mind. I don't know if it's feasible within our time frame.
Okay.
Can we make it like spin on its axis and bob up and down like a collectible item? Or is that too intense?
No, we should be able to do that. That's fine.
Alright.
We can attempt it. You'll see firsthand what it goes through. Like my mind, I guess, when I try stuff I haven't actually done yet.
Uh huh.
So yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know
we'll
you
try
looked
it
at the.
first.
Look. Was that?
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually try stuff first,
Uh
and
huh.
if I know that I don't like know at all what's going on, then I'll Google it. So we'll try it first from memory.
Alright, cool. I know you Googled something else, but it just came to mind. I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, we can definitely try that. Okay, let's see. So I guess I'll disable this cube for now. Okay, so right now you have a cube.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'm gonna add a plane to mine, just for like a ground. Do you have a plane on yours?
I can add a plane.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna go to the hierarchy,
But is it in the hierarchy?
or you can do is it add or assets create?
Yeah, I thought it was assets create.
It's faster in the hierarchy for me at least. I don't even know
Uh,
where it is here to be honest.
uh wait. Create. Wait, is it here? Uh,
It might not be.
I don't remember where it was. Is it? Oh, it's a game object, right?
Yeah.
3D object and play.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Create 3D object and then cube. There you go. You know more than I do.
Which, because it's all the art stuff that I do. All right, so I'm making it so it's I guess flush with the queue, right? So I'm guessing that's what I want.
Yeah, just like right below it, just so you can like see it moving or spinning. Because if it's just like in space, then it's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, move it down just a tad. And I'm actually gonna change mine, the color mine. Do you know how to make materials or no?
I vaguely remember.
Okay, so in your assets folder or assets in
Mm-hmm.
the project tab, where you see all your assets, you can go ahead and right click in like empty space and then just create material.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna call it floor underscore mat, and I'm gonna throw it on the floor. And then I think I'm just gonna change it to like a red, maybe like a black.
Why don't you use one of the awesome textures that we have in our video game?
Because then I have to go look for awesome textures.
Wow, you just don't have them on standby.
No, I would have
Can't
textures on
believe you.
standby. What? Okay, let's see. Hold on. I probably do have them somewhere.
I mean, I would hope so, because you're still working on the latest build, right?
Yeah, but I have them like in the game. I don't think I have them outside of the game.
Wow, how dare.
Hold on, where's my work stuff folder? Work stuff. Eric assets. Here you go. Textures.
There you go, there you go.
Okay. What is all this? Oh, this is the albedo. Okay, we're just gonna do just the albedo for
Alright,
now. 'Cause
that's
I'm
fine.
lazy. So I'm clicking and dragging the albedo in there,
Mm-hmm.
and so I would go to my material. Oh, actually, do you want to do this too or no?
I'm already
Do you
doing
have
it.
yours on standby?
Of course I have mine on standby. I'm an art boy. How dare you insult me with such a question?
Just asking, jeez.
How dare you? Alright, so
This looks really bad.
like without the normal or anything?
Yeah, that and it's like stretched out really bad. I need to mess with the tiling. I
Oh
can't
man, it looks
remember.
so bad. Yeah, it should be the tiling.
It's gonna need to be pretty small, I think. Point. Wait, messing with the tiling going up or down?
I don't
Oh, going
remember if
up.
it's up or
Okay.
down. Uh,
Yeah, it's going up if I think if like the ground is huge, which mine is. Okay, so
uh,
what we're doing now, guys, is we're just taking the floor material that we made. You can't put texture. Actually, I think technically you can put textures and stuff, but it just creates a material for you. So we just
yeah,
took the texture that we had and put it onto the material into the albedo channel. That's Eric's the one that does all that. And then just messing with the tiling to try to find something that's not so disgusting.
I really hate that you can't just add a roughness map. How you can everywhere else. Stupid.
If you can't tell, Eric hates Unity.
I do hate Unity.
Okay, we're just gonna leave it at 15 by 15 for now, because at least I can see stuff. No,
How do I remove a map if I don't like it? Like from the Albedo Metallic or whatever.
what are you doing?
So I put something I thought might work on the metallic map because metallic smoothness, and
Ah,
it didn't. So how do I remove a material from here?
so now it's pirate Eric stream, so we can do some pro teaching moments.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, you need to remove the metallic thing.
Yeah, I don't remember how.
So I think you just click on it and click the delete key.
No, is that easy? Whoa!
Like in the square and then the delete key. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Yeah, it looks like a proper dirt.
Oh yeah, your looks better than mine. Mine's ground stone. Mine looks fine.
It's because you don't have normal maps, man.
Do I need to input the normal maps now?
You don't, but they look nice.
How nice do they look?
Pretty nice. I mean, they're there
Pretty
for a
nice.
reason, you know. Anyway.
Oh, alrighty then. No, but slate. We're doing it ground stone. This is a teaching moment, so we're
It
gonna
is a
teach.
teaching moment. Yeah, it's a good like whenever in my streams it's hard to explain what normal map is, but this is gonna just show it by example.
Oh, this is more for you. This is not programming.
I hijacked your stream. It's an art programming class. It
And the
looks nice.
roughness is the metallic, right?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
No.
doesn't look that bad.
What do you mean? It looks like glossy stone.
Yeah, then you turn the metallic all the way down, or the smoothness all the way down.
Smoothness.
Yeah.
All right. I don't like it, but all right.
Are you seeing it on my stream or what?
Yes.
Look, it just makes it like darker, right? Let me see what it does. Oh, it does make it kind of glossy.
Yeah. It makes it so it's like stone metal, I guess.
Okay. Is the normal map correct?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not marked as a normal map. So we
It
fixed
honestly
that now.
doesn't matter. You can fix it, but it doesn't really do anything.
Oh, does it anything? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. So then, I don't know if you can tell, it looks like there's actually a little bit of depth now in the rocks. That's basically what the normal map does, if I understand correctly, right?
Yep, that's 100% what it does.
Yeah, I learned stuff.
Okay. Alright, okay, so now back to your programming lesson, right? So we got a plane, we got a cube.
And we got a cube. Okay, so now you're gonna click in the inspector. You're gonna add component.
Which one's the inspector again?
The inspector is the one on your right side. Not the very right, the one in the like middle right.
What?
Okay, that one, huh?
Okay.
That whole thing is the inspector.
Right. Oh yeah. Okay. So you said we're gonna add a component, right?
Yeah. So go all the way to the bottom, like scroll down.
Uh-huh.
And you should see like a button at the very end that says add component.
Mm-hmm.
and then you're just gonna basically make a new script. So you're gonna give it a name. I'm gonna do, I guess, spinning cube, and then click new script, and then create an ad.
Uh,
What's going on?
okay, nothing.
Let's drag your stream back on the
No,
main.
it's fine. I figured it out.
You figured that? Okay. Sometimes it doesn't add it. Sometimes it'll just kind of make it and
Okay,
like
so
not
I
throw it in
didn't
there.
figure it out.
Okay. Let's put our extreme back on. Okay. So you clicked add component
Mm-hmm.
and you gave it a name and you click new script and then add and create.
It doesn't let me do create an ad. It's blanked out.
Go ahead and click add component.
Again, alright. So add component, new script, right?
Hold on. Wait, does it not bring up anything when you click add component?
It
'Cause I can't see
does.
anything on your stream.
Okay, so my mistake was I put a space between spinning and cube.
Ah, okay, yeah. Programmer things don't like spaces like
How dare I?
Yeah, how dare you? Okay, so then you can just double click the script to open it up
And we added that to the plane, not to the cube?
to the cube.
Oh, it was to the cube, not to
Yeah.
the... Hmm.
Oh, you put it in plane? Okay, so you know how to delete stuff or no?
Press delete key, right?
Oh, did that actually work? No, you don't delete the script. Ooh, very bad. Did you delete the script?
Almost.
Okay, no, so that's bad. So we don't want to delete the entire script. We just want to delete the script off of the plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
So click the plane
Mm-hmm.
and then go to the inspector and
Mm-hmm.
you'll see the script somewhere, right? Scroll down.
Yep.
Okay, so you see the three little dots on the right hand side?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna click that and you're just gonna click remove component.
Alright.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay, yeah, you definitely don't want to do that next time because everything in the assets folder, if you click and delete that, you're actually just deleting assets.
I see.
So we don't want to delete assets. We just want to delete that component.
But actually, okay, so let me just fix something with my stream real quick because I realized if I open up the script, it's not gonna show the code because I gotta do a display capture
Oh, I see. Okay.
instead of what I got going on.
Okay, in the meantime, I guess I can try to figure it out on my own. Oh, I might have to leave in a bit. Somebody's delivering some food.
Classic.
Hey, I don't need to like now.
Alright.
Let's see. So I actually don't know how to do this off the top of my head, but we're programmers, so let's figure it out. Okay, just give me a second to search stuff out, and then.
Okay, why don't you, like, as you're figuring out, just be saying, like, float or whatever.
Nah, I can't talk and type at the same time.
Alright. I'll narrate, like, a UFC fighter code. He's adding float speed! He's adding float speed!
Yeah, you can just shoutcast my.
Check it, there you go, yeah. So the use of float speed is actually a very advanced move. You need to declare your variable so you can have a different type of decimal value.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm done. Okay, hold on.
So, okay, what'd you name it? Is 1f a value that's already within the libraries of Unity? Or?
Wait, repeat that?
So you have like float speed equals 1f. Is 1f anything, or is that a way you're declaring the variable 1f? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I think you may have muted yourself because I can't hear you.
Okay, so we learned about variables last time, right? So
Uh-huh.
float speed. Speed is the name, float is the data type, right?
Yeah,
And
yes, uh-huh.
float is just decimal, so I can put 1 or like 0.5 or
Uh-huh,
whatever for it.
uh-huh.
The F is just to tell Unity that it's a float, because if it's
Oh,
point
okay.
0.5, it doesn't know what to do with that.
So do you have to
Sometimes,
do that with any other data type? Like if it's an int, do you have to put like an I after it, or?
no, not that I'm aware of for anything else.
Okay, so it's just for
Maybe there's some
floats.
here and there, but yeah, just for floats.
Okay.
And it's only if it's it's just good practice just to do it anyway. You don't technically have to do it for like whole numbers. Like if you put like just a one there, like I had,
Mm-hmm.
it won't error out. But it's just good practice anyway, just so you don't forget, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see this what this rotate function does.
I want to make everything full screen so I can read properly.
Oh, do I need to zoom in?
Nah, that's fine. I mean, I can see. I don't know about the audience, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
I'm
kind of
learning
fun.
programming, not you.
Yeah, guys, Eric's learning programming. You guys, you're just here, spending all day watching free content. You don't even have $5 to donate. I love that so much, dude.
But yeah, if you don't have $5, you shouldn't be on this stream.
Let me figure out. I forget always my axis. So yeah, okay.
So the axis, it's X, Y, and C, right?
Yeah, I just forget which ones do what.
So which one's
Okay.
which? So C,
Yeah.
I know for sure is up.
No,
Up and down. Yeah.
no. That's in Unreal.
Is it not like that here?
No. Okay, let me go through this. I always get confused.
Disgusting.
Okay. Let's see. Calm down, class. If you click on the cube,
Yeah.
and you have the go ahead and click on your cube on your screen so I can just make sure you're following along.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see it here. Ew, gross. Up and down is Y?
Up and down is Y. I mean, have you never seen a math graph? The Y-axis is up and down, and the X-axis is horizontal.
So, I guess it makes sense from that standpoint. But every other like 3D modeling software, Z is up and down.
They're not made by mathematicians; they're made by
yeah, they are. You're telling me 3ds Max wasn't made by math boys?
That's true. Yeah, it had to be made. I don't know why they did that. Maybe there is a reason.
No, maybe.
But yeah, I know Unreal for sure has the Z-axis up and down. Yeah, in Unity it's the Y-axis, like as God intended. So
gross.
Yeah, and I always forget how rotations work. I forget. Like the easy trick I learned is that you spin the like axis, like if it was in your hand, to figure out which way like it rotates. Because like I said, I'm bad at doing that. So if I do this, yeah, okay. So we got our speed, right? Or we're just gonna make one for speed. I think you can go ahead and just copy paste now.
Okay. Well, I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Okay, so like I'm gonna see how you do it first because I'm actually kind of curious.
Okay, so for sure, I know you have. But where's your void start?
Aha, there you go. Good, you caught it. Okay, so we want this to rotate like continuously, right?
Yeah.
So remember, start only happens at the start of the thing. So
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So we don't want it just to rotate once. We want it to keep rotating.
Okay.
So since we need it to happen every frame or whatever it is, I forget. And it's not physics. We're gonna use update.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Void update. Transform. I'm guessing that's just the library that gets called for any sort of transformation, like scaling or moving or whatever.
Yeah, and I'll show you right now how that looks like in Unity.
Okay. Okay, so what does the new blue thing in Bobber mean?
Okay, so when you create vectors and some other things too, you use the new word to. It has to do with like memory management and stuff like that. So it like reserves space for a new like variable. And then vector 3 is just your x, y, and your z, or your I mean, they don't have to be x, y, and z. It's just it's just your x, y, and z. It's just three numbers or three floats rather.
Okay, so that's why it's vector 3 because you're messing with all the three. Something has to do with all the three axes. Is that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like if you did vector 2, you could do it would just do your x and your y, I believe, right? It's just,
Yeah.
It's just x and y.
And vector 1 is just x, right?
Yeah. I think you can even do 4. Yeah, you can do 4.
There's a fourth axis. Oh, it's diagonal. Is that?
I honestly don't know. Let me see what it pops up. So it's W to 0. I honestly have no clue.
I don't know.
That sounds like a math person problem.
It maybe has something to do with what I don't know how to pronounce it. Is quaternions or whatever.
Oh, quaternions?
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I don't think so. I think it has to do with like I don't know. It gets real sciencey, I think, really fast once you start talking about other stuff. So like, I don't remember if you remember like when we did the college stuff, they would talk about like double arrays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think you can just keep going, and I think the way they describe it is like books.
Mm-hmm.
So like an array of 2 would be like a page, and then the word or whatever, and then a third array would be like the book, and then the fourth array would be like the bookcase or whatever. So I don't know. I think it starts getting into like really math stuff. The more you go,
extra math stuff that we're probably not gonna cover in this class, right?
Oh, definitely not, because I don't even understand all of it. I've never needed to use it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Thankfully.
Okay, so if I'm understanding the code correctly so far, we're gonna do something similar for I guess the move up and down is gonna be transform dot move or something.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple ways to do this. Each of them have their like uses. So actually, right now, if you want to run this in your program, during Unity for your stream, you can just see that it just spins on its axis, on the y-axis, right?
Yeah,
it's on the y-axis. Is yours not?
I don't think so. No, it changed color though.
And I know why.
Did I forget something?
Can you tell why? Yeah,
it
has to do with you forgetting something. Yep.
Flow, speed, transform. But I don't have like a return something. Is that it?
No, I'll give you a hint. It's nothing to do with what you forgot in your code.
Do I have to save it and compile it? Is that it?
No, thankfully this isn't Unreal. It's even more basic than that.
More basic than that.
It had to do with you deleting the script from the plane. What did you forget to do after that?
There was a step after that? Oh, I didn't add it to the queue.
There you go, yeah.
Wow, dude. I really do need this class. So I will go here, right? Add components, and then we call that spinning cube, right?
Okay, so once you've already made wait. Once you've already made you can just, there you go. You search for it and you just add that one. There you go. Yeah, don't make a new one.
There you go. Okay.
There you go. Now you can do it. Yep.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, really. It really is.
And it still changes color.
And it still changes color, exactly.
Yeah, bougie. All right.
Okay. So, um, real quick, in the rotate, the transform. Let's just do that first. Actually,
Okay.
go back to your spinning cube thingy.
Okay.
Sorry,
Sure
I'm
thing.
managing a whole bunch of screens. Um, so, you know how we were using the transform dot rotate?
Yeah.
So if you notice in your inspector, the first component is called transform.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically all the things, like you were saying before, we can mess with the rotation, the position, and the scale.
Yeah.
And so these are the things, and you can do them in the inspector too and whatnot.
So it'd be dot position, right?
Yeah, so we can mess with the position, and we can, like add to it or subtract from it or whatever, multiply it
Mm-hmm.
to move the cube itself. And I believe every component has, for a fact, every component or every game object has a transform.
Yeah.
So every single thing you're going to add in there is going to have a transform. And so transform has the rotate function, which just moves it for us on that axis that we get to choose. So it's 3, X, Y, and Z. We did 0, 1, 0 just to rotate it on the Y-axis.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to do like crazy spinning, you could do like 1.1 or 1, 1, 1, and
Mm-hmm.
rotate all axes.
That sounds chaotic.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Yeah, it's rotating as it's kind of funny.
It's having a stroke.
Yeah. And there's one thing I even forgot right now. I don't know if you've caught it or not.
Probably not.
This one has to do with the script.
It does. Okay. You didn't add any comments, so other coders are gonna get confused when they see really complex code, right? Is that it?
Yeah, that's actually a good thing too. Yeah, you don't want to comment this. Well, actually, you probably would because people wouldn't know what you're doing here.
Yeah, it'd just be like rotating in the y-axis, right? Yeah.
You could at the top. I mean, that's why you want to name stuff kind of what it is.
Yeah.
And you want to like segment your code. So if you want a spinning cube thingy, like a spinner,
mm-hmm.
you would name it like spinner, and then you would be able to use that for like whatever.
Yeah.
No, but it has to do with the actual code itself. We created a speed variable, but we never put it to work.
You're right.
And so, real quick on your before your float, go ahead and put public. That way, we can see it in the inspector, and we can play with it like real time.
Oh, I love me some public variables.
Yeah, public variables are great.
Alright, so when you do public here, does that mean you can actually, I guess, mess with it in the widgets or whatever?
Yeah, that's exactly what that means. You can mess with the inspector.
That makes so much more sense than when we used to do it in like C++.
Well, because there was no inspectors over there to mess with anything.
Yeah, but that makes more sense. The public means that it's public. Big brain. All right.
Well, I mean, public means that any other script that's accessing this script can use that, which is not always good. So that actually brings up a good point. Also, if you have to save it, the script, and then like go back to the spinning cube for it to like actually show up.
For it to update.
Yeah. So you do gotta compile, but oh wait, hold on. That might be my popcorn. Hold on.
You see popcorn? Must be some good popcorn, chat. Wait, so while he's gone, I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the code, see if I understand it. So I think I should be able to do this, right? Transform instead of rotate, I can do position. Yeah, there's position. Whoa, why is it squiggly? Is it capital P maybe? No, it's not. What? What in tarnation? So it is position, ain't it? Okay, so let's see why it's giving us squigglies. Transform does not contain a definition for position. So I'm missing directive or assembly reference, which I'm guessing means that I'm missing one of these libraries maybe, so that I'm able to actually use position, but it shouldn't be the case. Let's try and type it in from scratch, right? Transform dot position. Wait, is it set position or rotation? How did I do? Alright. So position rotation by 3 and a quarter that I was talking about. It's quarter mode rotation. Sets the workspace position and rotation for the transform component. I don't know. I don't know. So okay, as far as I understand, right, the quadernons or whatever, they're like 3D points for movement. I think it's used for animation mainly, or just moving things in general. So it's like I guess like a graph chart but in 3D, and that's when the points within that 3D graph chart is the quarter whatever. So I don't think we need that right now. Maybe we don't. I don't know. That's just the position, and it says transform position, and then it's a get or a set. Interesting. So let's say we do that. Then we gotta do.
Are you getting ahead of the teacher?
I'm trying, yeah. So I figured out position is not what we need.
You can, yeah, you can use position.
Well, I tried it, but this is the needs a get and a set, right?
Yeah, okay, so get means you like grab the data from it so you can like use it. And a set means you actually put a value in there. So if you're trying to move something, you want to put a value in there, right?
Yeah, so okay. Are we gonna be doing like an if loop or something?
No. Okay, so we're gonna do I know I have to look this up too. Thankfully the tutorial went over that.
Oh, nice. Also, how was your popcorn?
It was for mom.
Oh, okay.
So okay, so we want to put position to something, right? Like we want to give it a value.
Yeah.
So that means what do we got to do? Like when we give something a value, like a variable a value, what do we do?
Equal, or
there you go.
Yeah.
We equal, and then
so position equal would be like get position or something like that, right?
No, that'd be setting the position.
Right. Well, how do we get the current position that it has?
You want to get the current position that it has?
Well, do we need that? I'm assuming you gotta get its current position, and from there it decides what to do, or do you not need that?
It depends on what you're doing. If you're just moving it, you don't need to know the position of the player. You just want it to move forward or backwards.
Of course, sorry.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and we're actually gonna do plus equal, and I'll explain why in a bit. Yeah. And okay, after we do the plus equal, what are we gonna give it?
I'm guessing we're gonna give it an integer.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. If you hover over the position part, it'll give you some like little text. It should give you some text. Sometimes you gotta like move it around a bit. There you go.
So okay, I get on a set, I guess.
Okay, so what comes? So they're very specific on what it needs. So if you notice, this is vector 3 transform dot position. So that means the transform dot position gets and sets vectors. So if we want to give it like a position to move to or move towards, it's gonna have to be in a vector 3, right? Because you're doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So like last time we were gonna do the new because we're creating a new vector.
So it's gonna be like new vector 3 and then Okay.
And then X, Y, and Z. Or X, Y.
Okay, so why are you doing 1, 1, 1 for this one? Aren't we just moving it from the X and Y but not the Z? I'm sorry. Also think you're muted.
Right, because 0 is my mute button. Okay. I think I need to change it to like 9 or something.
Probably.
Okay. So basically, if you read the little tooltip there, you get to control the float X, float Y, and the float Z. So it just depends on where you want to move it. If you want it to move on the X, like horizontal, or if you want it to move it vertical, or like forward and back.
So if I want to move it like up and down, that means it's gotta be Y, right? Because Y is the up and down in Unity.
Yeah, exactly. So well, wait, if you're gonna move it up, it's gonna be a positive number because you're wanting to move. Okay, so if you take like a graph, up, everything going up is positive, and then everything going down is well, not everything, right? But down is negative, and then left is negative, and right is positive.
You tell me. So you said not everything going down is negative. Is there new maths that I'm missing? Or
I said not everything going up is positive, right?
And you said not everything going down is negative.
I'm dumb. Okay. So if you're gonna go up on the y-axis, it's gonna be positive.
Okay.
If you're gonna go down on the y, it's gonna be negative, right? If you're gonna go forward with the z-axis, it's gonna be positive. If you're going back with the z-axis, it's negative. And if you're going right with the x-axis, it's gonna be positive. And if you're going left with the x-axis, it's gonna be negative.
Okay, so how to make it? So right now, the way that it's set up, it's only gonna move one unit and it's gonna stop there, correct?
No, because remember we're in update, so this happens. Everything in this update function happens every frame.
So it's just gonna keep going up exponentially.
Not exponentially; it's just linear. It's gonna go up one every time it runs the update function.
I see. So okay.
I think it's like once every. I don't know. I think it's supposed to run like 60 times a second. I think this one's actually independent of your frame or dependent on your frame rate. So.
Okay. So after this, I guess we will do when the position, whatever that is, reaches X number. Then we we tell it to go down, and then when it reaches
you want it to go down?
X, yes, it goes up and down, like it pops. So is that how it works?
Ways. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple ways you can do it. Oh my God, Sam! I gave her $20 for the popcorn, and she just donated me the $20 back. Sam,
wow, what a flex!
What I know, that was for the popcorn and for the gas, Sam. But thank you for the donation.
Wait. So you're buying $20 popcorn?
No, it was just like the popcorn's normally like $8, and so then it like. She has to go out of her way to come over here, so that I figured that
okay.
It was just whatever. I didn't have any change or anything either, so.
Oh, okay. I see.
Thank you, Sam, for the popcorn and for the donation. Okay, so there's a couple ways to do this. This is kind of like the beginnerish way. I don't think it's necessarily the best way or the most efficient way, but that's fine for now.
Okay.
So you want it to go up until it hits a certain point, and then you want it to go down until it hits a certain point, right?
Yeah, and it just loops in that over and over.
Exactly. So then what kind of loop?
That's an I loop, right? Like the for I less than more and all those things.
Have I talked about loops with you yet or no?
I don't think you have. No, I briefly remember. We talked about the if and the else for sure. I don't think we talked about the I loops.
Well, I think that okay. If I'm I'm really bad, right? If I remember these correctly, there's in at least in C#, there's 4 loops. Like the number 4, there's like 4 loops. Yeah. There's the for loop, the FOR, the one that you were talking about. There's the while loop. There's the do while, and there's the for each.
Okay, so the for is so you can create that like infinite loop until it reaches a certain value, right?
Well, they all can do that.
Right. Okay. So basically, for is the I equals whatever, and then if I is less than or greater than whatever, then add to I, right?
They all kind of do that as well.
Okay, well, how about I just let you explain?
So some of them are like sometimes it's like just kind of whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So the for loop is like how you were saying. You would do for integer I equals I is less than whatever number, and then I plus plus, and then
You muted again because you pressed 0.
So basically, what this does is it just runs like a set amount of time.
Yeah.
And you get to the benefit of this one is that you don't have to declare anything beforehand. So
Okay.
you don't have to make like a speed public variable or whatever, or a private variable speed,
Mm-hmm.
or I in this case. So you can just create it here. It uses it, and then if I want to make another for loop, I can use I again as well. If it's outside of this loop, if it's inside, if they're nested, you can't.
Yeah.
But if it's outside, you can just keep using I's for whatever. Whereas if you were to use speed, like you're messing with the speed variable, so you can only use it. Like you can use it for more, but you're like messing with the same number, so that's not like these are what are called like temporary variables. You don't want them, like they're not really used for anything outside of what you need them for real quick.
I see.
So for a while loop, you do need like a variable. So I less than 9. Let me real quick write it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for in while loops, I'm immediately again. Nope. Okay. So in while loops, you're gonna need like an outside variable beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And generally for these, you do the iteration inside the loop. You can do it for the for loop too, but generally they're inside the loop.
Okay.
So and this is gonna be for like if you wanna like check stuff in here, and you want the like your count. These are called counters. If you want your like counter to advance at a certain point. So like for the for loop, it's gonna advance every time it runs through the loop. For the while loop, it'll only advance when you tell it to advance. So whether that be every time it runs at the end, or if a certain if statement is like met.
Okay.
And so this one will keep going. Well, they all keep going, but this one will keep going until you specifically tell it to like advance. Whereas this one in the beginning, it'll just advance from the get-go. Where you can do it, but that's generally not what it's for. Do while loop is basically the same as a while loop, except this one will run once and it'll iterate. It'll check at the end. So if like say for the while loop, on the outside you had I equals 20. Since I is 20 and that's not less than 9, it wouldn't even run this loop like to begin with.
Okay.
But for the do while loop, even if I was 20, you're gonna run the loop once, and at the end it's gonna check if I is less than 9. And since it is, it won't repeat the loop, but it'll still do it.
I see.
And then the for each loop is used for arrays, where it'll check for each like every like array element, and it'll check all of them. And you don't gotta do like a for I equals 5 or whatever. It'll just run through each of them by itself. So that one's pretty handy for arrays.
Okay.
So obviously we don't need that one for this scenario. So what scenario do you think we do need it for?
So maybe we probably need 2 whiles, right? No, wait, no.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me think about this real quick. I'm asking you, and I don't even know the answer. Hold on. if you want it to go up until a certain point,
So okay, this is what I'm thinking.
actually, you wouldn't even need a loop. You would need an if statement. How did we get on loops?
I think I briefly mentioned loops, and then you were like, have we covered loops?
Oh, whoops. You could actually, I think, be an if statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be an if statement. Whoops. Okay, well, this was not necessary.
What's that? It's a good refresher.
Yeah, well, at least now you know what loops are for and what
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
for.
yeah.
I'm sure you could use a loop, but no, because update's basically a loop. Okay, so we need if statements.
Okay. So those are easier to handle. Alright, let's get spread.
Okay.
So we're gonna do what? If vector 3 equals 1 or something, or 3, then move up, and if not, move down. Or is it for elf? I don't know.
Okay, first I'm gonna run it the way you're telling me, right? So we're gonna do if
no.
vector equals whatever number 3. Okay, so if vector equals 3, what do we do?
Then you move it down, so either like vector minus 1.
Okay, a good way to do this is to do pseudocode, okay?
Okay.
So you know how to do comments? It's just little
Yeah,
dashes. Yeah. Okay. So first, what do we want to do? We want to check if the cube is above a line. We're just going to use what? A y-axis above a y-axis point. Okay, we'll use y-axis as a reference for going up.
Okay.
Okay. And then so if the cube is is above the y-axis point, what do we do?
Then you want to start moving it down, right?
Okay. Then we move the cube down. Okay, so you remember ifs, right? So what else is there other than the ifs? There's the ifs and then the
else,
right? So else meaning if it's not above, then it has to be below, right? So we can use else in this case. Else, we want to move the cube up, right? Move cube up.
Okay.
Okay, so does that help a little bit?
I think a little bit. So we gotta basically get the cube's position, right? And then check that in the loop.
Or in the if statement, yeah.
Yeah, and then yeah. So we gotta get the cube's position and then check it every frame to make sure it doesn't go above a certain point. Which I'm guessing that's where the vector, I don't know, 0, 3, 0 would come in.
Okay.
Or is that not how that works?
Yeah, okay, so let's see. So first we want to check if it, in the if statement, so we need the cubes. So normally you would do this to signify that you want to check like this statement, or like not this statement, like this game object. They kind of already does that in the background. So what you want to do is you want to check what? The
position, right?
Okay, but what comes before the position?
How
do you access the position?
That's the is it transform dot position? No, is it new?
There you go.
It's
Remember, Yeah,
Right.
remember, position is like a variable in the class of the transform, right?
Okay.
So remember, if you go back to Unity, you can see the transform name for the component, and then inside is like the position, the rotation, and all that. So we want to check the transform dot position, and okay, so we need to check if the cube is above a Y point. Okay. So what Y point are we checking, or how high, or how do we? So we have the position, right? And you can see it's a get and a set,
Yeah.
right? So we're getting specifically the Y-axis point, right?
Yeah.
So to do that, you're gonna do it like you do the transform dot position. Since you're going like deeper and deeper into the numbers, you use a dot to like go in. So it's gonna be dot, and then dot what?
It's a new vector.
No. One helpful tip is you can kind of scroll down in that little list there to
Uh-huh.
see what like functions are available or what variables are available to like use.
It has Y. Can we
That's
use this
why.
one? Yeah.
There you go, perfect. So we can use Y. So
Whoa.
if, oh, not Z, Y. If transform dot position, so if this cube, if this cube's Y position is, so we want to do above a Y axis point, so that would be what?
That's when. So I'm not sure how we would define what the y-axis point would be, but other than doing like new vector.
Yeah. Don't worry about that for now.
Okay.
You want. Okay, so now we're getting into the I forgot what they're called, like the operations. Okay, so we're trying to check if the y is what to the, if the cube's y-axis is what compared to the point that we want.
Equal, right?
Not equal, because we don't want this to. Okay, technically yeah, but what happens is since this like is all frame rate dependent and like speed dependent, what happens is that it could go a bit above the number that you're gonna set. So say it equals 3. It technically, or equals 3. Sorry, if you did equals 3, technically, like in your mind that works, but since in the computer these numbers are so small and so fast, if the cube were to accidentally go to like 3.1, you would then not do anything with it because the y doesn't equal 3.1, right? So it wouldn't execute the moving down part. So it would just like stop moving.
So it would be less than equals?
Or it would be, oh, 1 second.
Yep. Man, this is bringing back some PTSD flashbacks from when I was in programming school.
Hey, don't worry, for me too, since I gotta kind of learn it again. Okay, so we want to check if the cube is above the number. So the number 3, we're just gonna go with 3 for now. We want to check if the cube is above 3.
Okay.
So how do we do that? If the cube is above 3, that means it's
greater than 3.
Greater than 3, okay. So if it's greater than, or we can do equal to, that way in case it hits 3, we want it to go down still. And then we'll just close that. We'll just, you can go ahead and do the curly brackets. We'll leave that for now. And then you want to do your else, your curly brackets. Okay, great. So now that took care of the check, right? So inside your if statement, after that, what was the next step?
Then move the cube down, right?
Yeah, then we move the cube down. So I'm gonna go ahead and retype that. Move cube down. And then the else, we're gonna move cube up. And let me know if I'm going too fast or...
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Right.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete the rest of this. I don't really need this pseudocode up here.
All right.
Okay, so the good part is we already have some of this down, right? We already have that transform dot position plus equals whatever. And right now this is moving this right on the x-axis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to change that, we just do 0, and then 1 in the Y, and then 0 on the Z.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want it here, right? We want it where?
So that's positive, right? So that means we put it on the else, not on the if, right?
Yep, exactly. You can just copy paste that. So here we're moving the cube up. I is home. Mom said thanks for the popcorn. Thank you, Sam. And thanks for the donation. Okay, so now we got that part done. Now we just need to do the first part, right? So,
Mm-hmm. So I
what
guess
do you
it need to
think?
be exactly the same, but it'd be -1, right?
Who knows? It could be one of two things. It could either be. Oh, I messed up. Hold on. There we go. I moved over and did that. Yeah, I kind of figured when you didn't answer right away. And then what about driving my ass home? Yeah, thank you, Sam. Did you find the 20 at least? I hope it's not just thrown in your car randomly, like nowhere to be found. That'll be nice when you need gas in a couple months, I guess. Okay, so there's two things that can happen here. I'm not actually sure.
Mm-hmm.
Either we need to change the plus equals to minus equals, and the -1. I did it. It was on the floor. Okay, good, Sam. Or we can just change this to a -1. I actually don't know off the top of my head right now what it is. So for now, let's do -1.
Okay, so right now it's set up to like it's checking if y equals 3, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing modifying it to ever get to 3.
What do you mean? That's what the else statement is for, right? So like run it through your head like step by step.
Okay.
So the cube is gonna spawn at 0, right?
Uh-huh.
Or we can set it to spawn at 0. So run it through the top. Actually, I'm gonna comment that out. So running through the top, void update. Okay, so it's gonna run whatever goes in here every frame.
Mm-hmm.
If transformed opposition equals or y is greater than or equal to 3, which is not because it's 0,
Yeah.
then it's gonna go to the else statement because it's.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah.
So by default, if it's below 0 when you run the program, it's gonna move the cube up.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, it's gonna move it up until it reaches 3, and then it's gonna move it down.
Actually, I don't know what happens if it's above 3. Oh yeah, if it's above 3, see if it's greater. Else it's not greater. Wait. Ooh, actually, am I wrong here?
I feel like we're missing something, right? Because we have something that I guess by default it's gonna move it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have any cap for moving down, per se. Well, it's doing what it wanted to do. It's just fast as fuck.
Yeah. Hold on, let me think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have any cap for it moving down. Okay, yeah, actually, you're 100% right. We don't have a cap for moving down. So instead of the else statement, we can do else if statement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of spazzing out.
Beautiful.
So we can just do an else if, and then we can do the same thing as above to figure out what point we want it to like go up. So transform position.y. Oh, I misspelled everything.
Look, can we just copy paste? Also, then you probably press 0.
Dare you ask? Yeah, no, I got it. How dare you ask if you could copy paste? Yeah, you can copy paste.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna, because you get after me, but you know.
Actually, what does this do? I'm having a hard time visualizing this right now.
Well, good thing you can literally visualize it. I think now it's just a matter of messing with how fast it does it.
Let me see.
Man, this like cyberpunk music I got going on goes really well with coding. Ackerman. I hope chat isn't as lost as I am.
It's okay. I am also lost. I think we messed it somewhere. Let me see.
What's impossible?
Down.
Okay, so how about we continue this either offline or I don't know, another day you stream or something?
Yeah, we could do a part 2, or I mean, if you want to go further into my stream, we can.
Yeah.
But if you want to take a break, we can.
Yeah, well, I got other stuff to do, so it's just...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's just the way it is. So I feel like we learned a lot.
We learned what not to do. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We covered loops. What else? I feel like I was getting the hang of like the transform dot position and then the new vector thing.
Yeah.
It seems like everything you're teaching me, like by the next lesson, there's just new syntax that I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, but that's fine. It'll come with time.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good at getting the like concepts. So I'm not good at teaching it, so I'm like flustered right now. I have no idea what's going on.
But at least the ground looks good, so you know.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Just let me know whenever you want to like finish it. We can either do it next time I do the thing, or we can do it later. But yeah, I'm gonna take a small break too, and I'll figure this out off camera real quick.
All right. Well, thanks for teaching programming stuff. And next week we're doing more pixel art, right?
Yes.
Trying to do some anime-inspired pixel art.
Yes. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm really bad at art, so.
See, I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make you do like a full anime character. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Right, cool. Yeah, well, thank you all you guys for stopping by too. And none of you guys said howdy, but I appreciate the lurk. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.